Will Donald Trump take down the Wall Street Journal, or will it be vice versa? So he's suing them for $10 billion over this alleged book where he allegedly wrote some kind of cartoonish, happy birthday wish. It was kind of innocuous. It was neither here nor there. But what's interesting is something that Joy Behar said, and I don't think she's off. I talked about this the other day, and it's been my concern, sort of in the back of my head, is there a movement internally within so-called MAGA to actually take Donald Trump down? And are they using, say, the Wall Street Journal and some podcasters that the Wall Street Journal backs to try and do this? Just listen to what she's saying here. Watch.
And before we go on hiatus, we only have one more show after this. I'm allowed to say that, right?
Too late now.
So it doesn't really matter. Yeah.
Before we go, I wanted to tell people that the tide is turning. The tide is turning, and things are changing. I mean, the ultimate irony would be that Rupert Murdoch will take him down.
Yeah.
Fox News, who created the monster, will take him down.
Okay, you heard that, right? Rupert Murdoch will take him down, she's suggesting. And this is a reference to that article that came out in the Wall Street Journal. That article that, guys, I'm sorry, this is the Wall Street Journal. The Wall Street Journal should be a little bit better than page 6, but, I get it's Murdoch and everything. They printed something that they didn't actually have a whole lot of authority on. And I find it kind of sort of shocking. Why would you actually print hearsay, especially as the Wall Street Journal? The media loves this, and they're saying, oh, but this is great. The Wall Street Journal is doing this, et cetera, et cetera. I think it's actually really problematic and speaks volumes about sort of the tragedy of where the Wall Street Journal is heading. I like the FT for the record. Yeah, Financial Times. But here's Scott Jennings speaking with CNN folks saying, this is actually not a good thing. And he shouldn't have to respond to this. It's just hearsay. It's rumors. Why are you printing stuff like that?
Just own up to it. Why doesn't he just do that?
Own up to what? What the Wall Street Journal calls unverified hearsay, which is a redundant term that an editor should strike. Unverified hearsay.
It's actually not redundant.
What is hearsay?
Well, hearsay is a legal term.
What is hearsay?
Hearsay is a legal term.
And it's unverified, so use it if you want.
Yeah.
Here's the deal. Why should he go out there and have to own up to anything? He's not ever been credibly accused. The Washington Post ran a fact check on this the other day and said, we're confident there's nothing about the president. If there were, we would know about it. Unverified hearsay is what he's dealing with, and you want him to go out and fight this ghost? It's ridiculous.
Well, no, I mean,
Work is saying this was fine.
Exactly, right? Why are you going to go and fight something that is not even confirmed? As we understand it, the Wall Street Journal did not have a copy of the letter. And they were told by the White House, that's a fake story. He never wrote that. I mean, you even, for goodness sakes, had Michael Cohen going on CNN saying, and remember Michael Cohen, he was the lawyer for the president. He actually did jail time and he has no use for him now. He went on CNN and said, gosh, that doesn't even sound like him. The word enigma that was used in the message, that's never something that Donald Trump would say. And he certainly never doodled, ever. So you have a bunch of people saying this is not true, and yet the Wall Street Journal, again, this is not page 6, this is the Wall Street Journal that's publishing that. And so it strikes me, yes, as an effort, if you would, to try and take him down. I mean, let's not kid ourselves. The Murdochs have never really liked Donald Trump all that much. I should know, right? I used to work there. They're I think shocked that somebody came on to the scene with such force and was really able to control, if you would, the GOP in a way that they kind of always thought they could, right? You go in, you kiss the ring, Rupert blesses you, and suddenly, you're on the fast path to success. Donald Trump did not need the blessing. It was Rupert needed the blessing. It was all inverted, right? Fox needed Trump more than Trump needed Fox. And I think that may be in part one of the reasons why the Murdochs are just over him. And I believe this to be true. I think they don't like him. They want him out of there, and they want control back. So they printed this scandalous thing. Now, here in the United States, we've got lots of free speech laws, right? And it makes it really hard, especially given that he is a public figure. I'm of the opinion that you should not print bogus stuff. If you can't get a copy of the letter, what are you doing printing it? To me, it's just sort of morally wrong. As a journalist, I want to make sure that I dot my I's and I cross my T's, and I don't want to actually be out there libeling anyone unnecessarily.